Second Cup is brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Care Center.
Welcome to Second Cup, brought to you by Roswell Park. Thank you, Roswell, for everything you do and for hanging out with us here this morning. Good morning to all the Cuppies. How was your weekend? Did you have a good one? Did you do anything fun? I feel like maybe the weather put a damper literally on your plans. Speaking of which, Weather Daddy is here with us. Don't worry. You can yell at him for all the rain. Yes. You can blame him.
Sorry, I was
messenger.
Doing the web update, which takes me longer than the kids. So, boy, trying. It's my inability to do that stuff quickly. I try. They want the Instagram reel early, and I do the best I can. But
you do great. If you don't follow our Facebook page, you should. Obviously, if you're in the comments here on Facebook, you definitely do. But you should make sure you're watching our updates from the big guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go on the Instagram.
Oh, sometimes they do. Not by me, because I don't know how to put them on there yet. But yeah, I never swear, but you do hear some interesting words coming from me over there. Yeah.
Mark says good morning from the Derby. He's back from the Derby.
Oh.
Did you watch over the weekend?
Soggy Derby. I did watch that.
I was going for journalism there for obvious reasons, and second place, not too bad. Who won?
Yeah. 18, I believe, was the number.
It's something with an S. I don't know. Mark, tell us who won. Someone said, can I blame him for the bad weather at the Derby? It rained there too?
Oh, it was super rainy at the Derby. Yeah, what a mess for Mark. Geez. Yeah.
Danielle says make the rain stop if you can find a way.
Trying.
Oh, Sovereignty. Sovereignty. The one that won. Okay, gotcha. Well, Kim says it's beautiful right now in Angola.
Yes.
Anita just got back from Pittsburgh. Crappy weather there. Not your fault, Aaron.
Thanks, Anita.
Well, you said it's going to dry up by what?
The end of the week. Yeah, the end of the week looks nice. Today, we're dealing with some more rain. We have some fog around the area as well. And we get into this afternoon with some showers and storms. Some could be severe again, especially over the southern tier. We have the best chance for some severe weather.
Well, the weekend looks pretty good. I mean, I feel like when you're living for the weekend, some of these days.
Which we are. Right now, it looks fine. I'm just hoping it doesn't change.
Connie is usually in Florida. She came back, obviously. She says, this is what I came for. I want the warmer weather. I want the warm temps.
Yeah, I'm with you, Connie. If you're Floridian, you may want to wait another week before you make your way back to Western New York, because it's going to be kind of cool and unsettled. I mean, we're in the upper 60s today, but we're dealing with another round of wet weather. We have 56 right now, 56 in Buffalo, 55 in the Falls. Like I mentioned, some fog. Look at Olean and Wellsville visibility close to zero. Batavia had reduced visibility, although things are improving there. And I want to show you the radar because we are tracking that rain from Wellsville to Springville. Rain's moving off to the northwest. So it's moving southeast to northwest across Western New York. Kind of a different movement pattern. And as we look up into Niagara County, you have showers from Cambria to Lockport to Heartland over toward Newfane, Lewiston, up into Porter, where they're just dealing with some rain. These showers are popping up, and that's what we're going to have this morning. They're going to pop up at times, and then we're going to see the thunderstorms develop this afternoon, with the main threat being some damaging winds, possibly some hail, and even some heavy rain. And Taylor, my concern there with the soggy ground is some flash flooding.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
What else? There's so much, right? You have to consider.
Especially across the southern tier as these storms start to kick up later today. They could redevelop over the same areas, so it's something we're going to watch very closely. Ground's pretty soggy and saturated, as we all know, since I feel like it's been raining for a long time.
Forever. Yeah. Get those sun pumps out. Make sure you're being careful out there. It's probably a good time to just enjoy the indoors. It's Met Gala Monday. If anyone is going to be taking a look at some of the fashions tonight, I'm really excited to see how, people with the Buffalo connection do. Hopefully, Haley Steinfeld, she always really does really great looks there. But you can maybe go watch.
Do you think Josh will go?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't. He's never been. I don't think.
Okay.
You do see athletes there from time to time. LeBron James is on the. He's one of the co-chairs, so they have celebrities on the chair every year. And this year is celebrating like Black menswear. So think like Black fashion in like the 1930s and 40s. So we'll see how that goes. It's like Pharrell Williams, Lewis Hamilton, F1 drivers on there. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Josh is not really a big flashy guy.
No, that's why I'm curious about that.
Haley has gone like almost every year. So it's possible that, maybe he's seen in some pictures and stuff, but maybe he doesn't come out and do the theme. I don't know. I wanted to pull up Debbie's comment. She says the Bandits won.
And Debbie, NT.
Got to talk about the Bandits.
Can't
I think
wait.
Because they're so exciting, right? It's so much fun. If you've
Yeah.
been to a Bandits game, hopefully you've been.
If you have never been to one, let us know, and we will tell you to absolutely go.
You got to go. One, it's like good for the wallet, right? They're not super expensive.
Not super
We
expensive.
were looking, and these are playoff tickets. Like these are the big ones. These are big games,
Yeah.
and they were what, like $50?
Yeah, and you know what? It wasn't sold out on Friday, and I was thinking because people are probably saving up for the finals, which the Bandits, spoiler alert, won last night. So if you didn't know, they won last night. So they are going to the finals, which won't start until about 2 weeks. So
we got some time.
Maybe the 16th or 17th.
Yeah, you got to plan. Now, Lorianne says she's never been. And here's my pitch. Here's my pitch for you to go to a Bandits game. If you've never been, it's so much fun. Some people say it's like overwhelming because it's really loud, but it's such a good time, right? If you don't really know lacrosse, you'll pick up on it super fast. It's, just like any sport, like the hockey or soccer, goal at the end, just try to make it in there. But what's cool is they have like that circle, and sometimes they just make the most incredible plays, like jumping over it. You can see the coach, he played before.
Oh yeah, Tavares, he was an all-time great. He looks like he could still play. I'm sure he can. But yeah, when the Sabres were in the playoffs, that kind of atmosphere, when they were a lot of fun, like that's what it's like, where everyone's into it. It'll be all orange and black. There might be like 2 or 3 fans from the other team, and that's about it. And that's right, Sarah, going for the three-peat. She's had season tickets for almost 20 years. I remember in the 90s at the Odd. It was so loud during that stretch of the Bandits when they first started. It was amazing. Yeah. And then, they won, I believe, in 2008, had a little break, and now they keep winning. 5th straight finals appearance and that's going huge. For the 3rd straight victory.
When you talk about Buffalo sports, I was saying earlier, we have like sports trauma, right? I mean, obviously you think like wide right, you think the no goal, right? I mean, I'm giving him those flashbacks there, like PTSD. But when you talk about the Bandits, I mean, it's all smiles. It's so incredible to think about how much they've built this team up. You talk about Dane Smith, Josh Byrne doing great things. And then for the teams, Bandit Land is so huge. Peter says once you go to your first game, it will change your life.
You will just be talking about how much fun you had, and you'll be like, why haven't I been going to these before?
That's how I felt.
100%.
That's exactly how I felt. I went to my first one a couple months ago, and I had so much fun. And then I got to sit a little closer with our friend Michaela, who works here, and she's got season tickets in her family. And it was
does she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
my
awesome.
gosh, she's a big Bandits fan. Tony Ray is also a big Bandits fan. They got a lot in the newsroom, and it's just
Tony
so
was
fun.
head to toe Bandits on Friday.
Black and orange, ready to go. Howard says Bandits do an awesome game, and that people put on a show in the seats. It's so fun. You get to know the chants. There's music playing the whole time. And it's also, it's a good time. They get scrappy down there.
They get scrappy. They tend to win just about every game. I think they had 1 maybe home loss this year.
Yeah.
And maybe 2. But the point is they win a lot. Winning makes it more fun, as we know. And then, of course, with all the energy in the stands, all the energy, you've got the the announcer, the PA announcer. What's he got?
Nothing.
And it's just, you're into it. There's no lull.
Yeah.
They have a couple of TV timeouts, whatever. You kind of rearrange yourself, but it is always going. It's just so much fun,
and you catch on quick. If you don't know the chance at first, give it the first period, and then you'll kind of get through and you'll start to understand.
The penalties though still have me, because my son plays college lacrosse, and I'm like, I don't understand where you can two-hand somebody, pow, pow, and then like push them. They're like, oh, penalty. I'm like, wait, the guy just tried to rip his head off with his stick, and then he got that. So there's that, but you get the 30-second shot clock, so it moves quickly.
There's also it's kind of like hockey where they move in. Like there's people who play offense and people who play defense.
Yeah, and then they switch on the fly like that.
People go in.
If you watch, you're watching, there's so much going on. It's awesome.
Now this is a prediction from Bonnie. If the Bandits win and they three-peat, she says the Bills will win she doesn't want to say the word.
I know.
The big game.
They're still, you know what? We have Josh in his prime, so you never know what can happen. We've been so close the last few years. Fingers crossed for this year, of course.
Linda says she wants to see more coverage during their season, not just the playoffs. Honestly, that's something we talk about a lot, right? We want to see that energy for Bandit Land, but we talked about them a lot, especially when they were, holding the trophy altar, even in the off season, and covering the games, during the season. They're so successful that maybe it just kind of we just
I do the Bandits forecast, when they're playing home games. So I too try to give some love to the Bandits, but Linda, we will give them more.
Try to give some love to the Bandits, the Bandit Land, and all those people there. All right, let's talk money a little bit. When it comes to saving money and having money, he's better than I am, so I'm going to lean on you for this. But I want to talk about
I've experienced it having no money for a long time.
Exactly, so I'm still in that phase. Okay, so when we're talking about grocery shopping.
Yeah,
And
this
you-
is a fascinating story.
It is. So I went grocery shopping yesterday. I normally have to hit like at least 2 stores because I like to do Aldi because I know that they've got a bunch of the cheaper stuff.
Okay.
We've been price tracking. You know, we normally do the eggs. This week we're doing everything: bread, eggs, cereal, milk, the whole nine. So you know how you can get your essentials and where to shop.
Gotcha.
The cheapest milk this week was at Aldi, $1.71.
Okay.
Everything else was like in the $2-3 range. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Aldi. They have the cheaper prices, right? I got almost everything I needed, and then I go to Dashes and get kind of the rest of the stuff.
Gotcha.
And then they're all like really close to my house. But some people, maybe instead of going to several grocery stores to keep it cheaper, they're doing the buy now, pay later plans. And we talk about these plans all the time. Katie did a whole story about it because people can get really caught up with these plans.
Yeah,
and
you
can start
can.
to rack up debt because if you don't have that auto renew on there for
Yeah.
your payments, let's say you have to make 4 more payments and you forget about that third one because
Okay.
it was weeks ago,
Yeah.
then you're paying late fees and you're adding up, you know, you're trying to save money and now you're paying more. What do you think
Yeah.
about using the buy now, pay later for like groceries?
Oh, that would be a last resort. But I mean, if you're hungry and you have to eat, I totally get that. But I'm not a what is it, buy now, pay later kind
Yeah.
of person. I mean, we have a credit card, obviously, but
Which is like the same concept in theory, but you know, it's
I'm not really. I mean, you use it and then I pay it off, but I wouldn't want to keep pushing that. Kicking that can down the road would make me very, very nervous.
I think I've done it like once or twice, and it's for like bigger purchases or like something that I felt like
How much
it would
food
be
are you
more
buying?
comfortable. Oh, not the groceries.
Oh,
I've done it
okay.
in general for like other things. I've used the buy
Gotcha.
now pay later. Had to be like twice, and it was more annoying to get the charge like 2 weeks down the line than it
Yeah.
would have been to just have that initial big.
Well, you have like your 0% interest for like large purchases that they'll give you for a year, and then oh, if you don't pay it off by this time,
right.
here you go with all the interest. So I mean, that stuff kind of hangs over your head too. But the food, I mean, the pyramid of life, like food's at the
Right.
top. So if you have to do it, I understand, but it'd be like, all right, what are we getting this month? Okay, it is pasta and
Yeah,
nothing named
right,
brands.
like a cup of noodles at this point, just
Yeah.
getting by with what you can. I think for groceries too. I mean, I go to the grocery store a lot. I go to the grocery
See,
store.
and I
like,
never do. So I get sticker shock when I do have to walk
like
in every
one
once in a while.
big like purchase.
Yeah, my wife does most all that, but like if I have to go in,
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, because I don't really,
it's
like a
expensive.
totally guy move too. Like, oh, I need that and that and that, and then you get to the counter and like, oh, that's 57. I'm like, wait, like
Got,
3
like, 4
items.
things. Yeah. You're paying so much more. But
I have ice cream and Pringles and like I love watermelon, especially in the summertime. And I'm like, wow,
$67.
that escalated quickly. Yes.
Yeah, it costs a bunch. And then I think if you're going to the grocery store multiple times a month, can't that would just rack up so quickly. So let's say you're going the first week of the month, you're doing the buy now, pay later, you're now paying in installments, maybe like once a week. So then you go again and you might still be paying off the old groceries when you're paying for the new groceries.
Still need to eat. I know. Well, where it hits us too, like all 3 of my kids will be home in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay,
Everyone's coming home for
More
Memorial
mouths to
Day.
feed.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be the most expensive weekend ever. Because all they do is open the fridge and stare in it.
Ooh, what's in there? What do we have for dinner? What's going on? Howard says if you can't pay for it now, you don't get it. That could be big old trouble happening for sure.
Yeah.
Buy now, pay later payments for the big stuff can work. Like that's what I did before, like a TV. But little things like food, he says no.
Yeah, takeout, I would be super careful with that.
Yeah, Mark says I think using it on food is dumb. Sarah says it's too much trouble to remember like all the due dates. Right. I mean, if you turn on the auto pay, you don't have to, but they will remind you, hey, you just paid your $40 that you owe on X, Y, and Z. And then he just says you're reasonable. Our voice of reason.
Voice of reason. I try, Anita, but
do what you
sometimes
can.
my voice doesn't get heard.
We'll listen to Weather Daddy today. But there's going to be a lot of people that are not only dealing with paying for those buy now, pay later, but those student loan repayments, those go back in today. So if you know someone who's dealing with that or trying to pay back those loans, you got to do that as well. So
when I sent my last loan payment, I would, such a nice day.
That's it.
Like, here you go, last one. So, man, I feel for you. Yeah.
And Noreen says if you can't pay for it, don't buy it. Noreen doesn't do debt. She's not a debt person.
Yeah.
Not a debt person. Hey, let's talk about the fun that happened at Salem Field yesterday.
Oh, this is great. And I mean, the weather wasn't the best.
No.
You're dodging a few raindrops, but it was just light. It was enough that they got their game in, and the home run derby looked like it was all smiles.
I honestly thought that the weather was going to impact this. I mean, tickets are about $40. Pretty good deal. You can go with the family. But I was thinking that people might skip out on this event, but I was so wrong. Look at the crowd.
Look at that crowd. No, they've got, the old May winter hat on. I was wearing mine yesterday too. But look at that. I mean, these guys are so big.
They're so talented,
so
right?
athletic.
I mean, what can't they do?
And there they are, just hitting bombs. And
create it out of
Micah
the
Hyde
park.
doing a great job. That's what he wants his legacy to be, coming back to Buffalo and leaving this as his legacy. As he said, people remember I played, but I want this to be my thing. And that's awesome.
There's Sharon Johnson. I think when DeMar Hamlin, when you're talking about the legacy on the field and all the work that they do, right? I mean, he faced so many injuries towards the end, and neck injuries, which are scary. Yeah. And I feel like this being what he wants to be remembered for is such a big deal, right? I mean, that just shows his character. And he doesn't even have to really be a part of Western New York or Buffalo anymore, but he chooses to come back.
Players, they make their money here, which good for them. And then they go to wherever they want to live, which in his case, I believe is San Diego. And you can't blame him.
Yeah.
But he comes back a lot. And he was here all at the end of the season on the practice squad, just hoping to be a part of, the win. And good for him. And I give him a lot of credit for doing that. And he gets it can't be easy to get all the players into town either, because they're kind of all in different spots of the country.
Everyone's doing a bunch of stuff. You had Deion Dawkins that was there. I saw. We said DeMar Hamlin, Taron Johnson's out there. You had a really good crowd of people, and you also had Chad Michael Murray who showed up.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I wasn't expecting that, but obviously we know he's a Western New York celebrity. He loves to come back home, and he was saying that his wife is from San Diego.
Yeah.
And
doesn't he live in town though?
I think he has a property here. I don't know how often he's here. He's always at Bills games. Connie says it was a sellout crowd, but I think seeing him there is another thing, right? I mean, that's just a huge benefit for the fans that are there. Not only are you getting to watch great athletes play sports, but you're also getting to watch, giving back to the community, and you get a surprise visit from Chad Michael Murray.
That was cool. No, that was cool. It was a fun time yesterday. It seemed like all the pictures that I was able to see looked like people were really enjoying themselves. They put on a great show, and you know what? We're getting closer. We got past the draft. Next week they reveal the schedule, which is exciting. I've got some days that I want to go to some games, and I'm hoping that the stars align.
PTO request.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Josh, get ready.
I'm hoping to go to the game. Speaking of Josh, talking about Josh Allen, I don't think he was there. No, we didn't see him.
Not seeing him in the pictures. I did not.
He's been there in the past. I mean, because that guy can play any sport. He's like ripping dingers out of the park and doing all that great stuff. And we have so many.
I also get it. He's busy, and he's probably planning his wedding, right? That's got to be coming up in the off season. I'm assuming.
He's the MVP. I'm sure he's like rehabbing.
Maybe he's at the Met Gala.
Maybe he's prepping for the Met Gala. Oh my God. I really hope we see Josh tonight. His, fiance has got a #1 movie in theaters right now.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
Oh, how is it?
Really, really good. I want to go again, honestly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a little, some people have a little bit of reservation just because it's like scary. It's kind of like a horror thing. It's like vampires and stuff. But I wasn't scared. I mean, I thought I like horror movies.
You're a little queasy on that stuff. So
there's a lot of blood.
Ooh.
And you don't like that.
I do not.
So I think there are a couple scenes where you'd have to look away.
Great.
But I think overall, like the storytelling was really good. Like in The Parent Trap, when Lindsay Lohan plays two different people, they did that with Michael B. Jordan. So like one actor, two people.
Oh, that's neat.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And Haley was honestly, I know she's a good actress, but she blew me away. She was really, really good. So great performance. Cool. Anita still hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, Anita. Maybe we'll do a Cuppies early afternoung showing, because I can't go to it.
Keep getting that matinee in there.
Snoring? Yeah, once they turn those lights out, it's out
so
time.
Connie says he's probably working on wedding stuff. And Howard's hoping for the schedule that we get more 1 p.m. games. Honestly, dude, I really don't think. I feel like we had our time with the 1 p.m. games. I prefer the 1 p.m. slot.
I love the 1 p.m.
Get up, get out there early, or like watch at home, and then you got the rest of your day to hang out and watch the rest of the games.
Yes.
But we've had so many primetime games, and now that Josh is the MVP, people want to see him in that primetime spot.
Yeah, and our schedule is so good for primetime games.
I know.
Kansas City, Baltimore, the Eagles again. I mean, you have so many big games that you're playing.
I'm seeing Thursday night, Monday night games probably.
I've seen a lot of Sunday and Monday nights. I could see several Monday nights, and then I could see several Sunday nights.
Sarah says the Christmas game this year. I have heard some rumors that we might be on Christmas
You could
Day.
see that coming as well. I mean, I don't know. Like, it is what it is. I mean, the NFL is just it's a machine. If they want to they put on that Friday before Black Friday.
Oh, Black Friday. Yeah, they'll do.
And then they have a game then, and then they're like, hey, they used to be for college football, but now they're like, we don't even care. We're just going to put NFL games, and you'll watch them, they're not wrong.
Yeah, Mark says all the big games are home games.
Yeah,
And I
so
think
it
that'd
should
be
be
cool.
crazy. If you have like an 8 o'clock game against the Chiefs,
At Highmark.
goodness.
Yeah, Mark says Philly, KC are here. That would be
Yep.
super cool. Also, I feel like, with the last season at this Highmark Stadium
Sure.
happening
they
right
wanna
now,
show
we're gonna
that.
get as many experiences as we can.
But even some of the like away games that might not be that great for us,
yeah,
they might be huge for that team. I
Yeah.
think, do we go to Atlanta and Tampa, I think, this year? So if that were the
probably.
case, I mean,
But
Atlanta's
fans,
probably
fans will go everywhere. I mean, we
yeah.
have so many people in Florida, so that Tampa game is going to be
yeah,
so
it's
many
like
Bills
half
fans.
Bills fans. Atlanta say they struggle and they're like 0-4, and then we're playing them. It'll be all Bills
Yeah,
fans.
nice
But
and easy.
like those games for that team, they might be like, yeah, put us at night because it's going to be
You're
huge.
going to want to see it. Anita says we have no choice, just enjoy it. And just
Oh, I am. I'm enjoying it. I do like the 1 p.m. games, but I also remember when we were totally irrelevant
and you had
for
to have
17
1
years.
games.
So, you know what? I am certainly enjoying it now. Also enjoying, going off topic here,
Uh-oh.
Game 7 last night, Winnipeg, St. Louis, hockey.
Okay, I heard that was a big one.
They scored 2 goals with like 2 minutes left to go to overtime and then
Really?
won it in double overtime.
Who won?
Winnipeg.
Okay, cool.
And I like Winnipeg. You know what?
Well,
They're
you
like a
gotta root for
small
the Canadians,
market,
right?
a small market team like us. You know, they don't have palm trees and they have high taxes too. So I'm rooting for a team like that. And it was just cool to see. I fell asleep. I didn't make the entire game.
At what point are we in
shift.
the playoffs there?
We're in the second round.
Second round.
Yeah. So now we have Toronto at Florida, which will be a really, really
They won
good
last
series.
year.
Florida won it all last
Panthers.
year. Yeah. And then the other one's Carolina and Washington. And then you have the West Coast, the Western teams as well. That was some really good hockey this weekend. So just a little, sorry, I took a minute out of second cup, but there is nothing better than a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Game 7, so great. And John, our producer Johnny with the body back there says NHL draft lottery is tonight as well.
That's right. That is tonight. I mean, the Sabres have a chance to move up from their spot. So that'll be cool. So that'll give me hockey is still on. All caps, Anita.
When the Sabres are out of it, I feel like, I check out of it personally, but
normally I would, but there's some really, I like when Toronto's in it too. They make it interesting. And that Florida-Toronto series will be off. The way they just, like I play hockey in a non-checking league and these guys kill each other.
Oh, yeah.
They don't get enough credit for what they go through.
Mark says that Florida's going to win the cup.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they go back-to-back, Mark. But I do think Winnipeg getting past the first round could get them. Dallas looks good. There's a lot of good teams. You could probably argue for just about every team. Yeah, but Florida, they're tough. They are built for the playoffs.
Something to watch. Howard says take time from second cup for Aaron to promise us a sunny, warm weekend.
Right now, Howard, it does look nice for the weekend, but last Monday, when we looked toward the weekend, it looked like Sunday was going to be great. Then each day the new models would come in. So right now looks fine, but I'm not a big 7-day outlook guy, but that's what we do nowadays. So I'm just waiting for them to do a 30-day forecast so we can get that wrong.
Yeah,
too.
there we go.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Thank you, Linda. Linda's impressed with my sports knowledge.
Yeah, you drop a lot of sports knowledge.
I used to want to be a sports broadcaster when I first started, and then I met all the other guys that were doing it, and I was like, oh, these people know a lot more than I do. I'm just going to be a fan and enjoy them.
You chose wisely.
Yeah, they're a little intense, but to put the bow on the Micah Hyde stuff, last year they raised more than $600,000. Right? Looking at the crowd, I mean, they probably at least met that, or maybe even more. Honestly, it was a sellout crowd.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. And they probably have like different things going on where you can spend your money on. So it was nice to have all those people in town, and very, very nice that like I said, Micah Hyde putting that together, and hopefully next year's event the weather will be nicer.
Yeah, hopefully so. Elizabeth says she just wants a nice Saturday. It's her daughter's 10th birthday party outside.
Well, happy birthday to her. Right now it looks fine. Hopefully it'll be drying out by then because of the rain we're getting today, tomorrow, and Wednesday.
Yeah, one of those days. I want to see if we can pull up the Statler Falcon cam. Now, you've got eagles in your backyard, right?
Hawks.
Oh, hawks.
Yeah.
Okay, how are they looking out there?
They're cool. We can hear them talking to each other.
Gosh.
They go down. They have a special branch where they capture their dinner and eat it from.
Oh, my gosh.
So a lot of times we're eating dinner and the hawks are eating dinner. But I don't know. Who knows if we're eating the same thing.
Okay, I'm going to try to share my screen so we can see. I know normally we show the Eagles in Warsaw. We have the Eagle cam.
Yeah.
You've got the Hawks, and here are the Falcons. Okay, let's see if it works. I got to pull myself up in here. Okay. Oops, sorry,
you had it
John.
for a second.
We're working against each other. Okay, yeah, there it is. So these are the Falcons. This is at the top
The
of the
Statler?
Statler on the 18th floor.
Wow.
I don't know if this is mom or dad, but you can see the wind
Are
blowing.
there little baby falcons, or did I miss that?
There is a baby falcon. So there's 2 eggs left in there,
Okay.
and then one of the babies was born over the weekend. So we're gonna see if they're sitting over there covering the baby.
That is
Let
neat.
us see. But it is very cool, and apparently it takes like 40 days for them to go from like tiny little hatchling to like actual flying bird.
Oh wow, 40.
40 days.
That's wow.
Just a little bit more
So
than
we're
a month.
watching these for a month and a half or so.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
very
neat.
cool.
Oh.
So that's mom there. Oh, do we have to do weather now?
Oh, 8:25.
There you go.
So okay.
I think
So
Aaron's gonna go do
I'm
weather.
gonna scoot out.
You scoot out.
That was fun.
And then we can listen to Aaron do weather for a little bit. And then we'll keep pushing. Okay. We'll give Aaron a second to do that while we just look there. Oh, who has a knee surgery? Oh, Anita, good luck to you. Knee replacement on Friday. Won't care about weather for a few days. Good luck. Tammy says I'm the zoologist. I'm trying to get there. Trying to make my way through. I got to check on my other eagle family. But we're going to give it a second or two and let Aaron come in and do the weather, even though we know that it's going to be rainy and gross. Howard says it looks like a cold nest. Yeah, it's like windy. I don't know. It's like in the 50s out there this morning. So mom is like hunkering down on the baby to make sure that we can do the best from there. Okay, here goes Aaron.
Okay. Thank you. All right, good morning, everyone. We're looking at traffic. We have some congestion on the 90 eastbound from Walden beyond William. A lot of congestion right there from volume. Did not see any accidents looking at the cameras. No reports of accidents, but just a slow go on the 90 eastbound right now. 56 degrees, a little sun peeking through the cloud cover here in downtown Buffalo. We have 56 in Buffalo, 55 in Niagara Falls, 51 in Batavia with some fog. Olean foggy too at 52 degrees. Look at Olean, visibility down to 0 in Wellsville. It's a mile, and some low cloud cover as you make your way into Genesee County. Checking out the radar, tracking some showers across parts of Western New York. I want to go north of Buffalo with some light showers from Lockport to Heartland, back toward Royalton, Newfane, or toward Ransomville as these showers move off toward the north-northwest. And we also have another round of wet weather down across the southern tier. As the day moves along, things are going to warm up and it's going to become rather unstable. Could produce some thunderstorms, especially from Buffalo to Wellsville westward. That's the area where we have a marginal risk for severe storms. The main hazard would be damaging winds, some hail, and also some heavy rain. Could experience some flash flooding, especially across the southern tier. So here's the hour-by-hour forecast. A shower starting to pop up again around lunchtime. And then notice the brighter colors indicating some heavier downpours across the area, with that rain continuing through early Tuesday before the showers finally start to taper off. You're looking at 56, like I said, in Buffalo, 55 in the Falls. Your forecast for today: few showers and some fog this morning. Showers and thunder showers likely this afternoon, with highs today near 70 degrees. Tonight, overnight lows in the mid-50s with showers and thunder showers. Tomorrow, mid-60s with some rain, low 60s on Wednesday. Thursday, mid-50s, upper 50s Friday. Mid-60s looking dry right now for the upcoming weekend.
Okay, so if your weekend plans are include Saturday, Sunday during the day, hopefully we'll be okay with that. There's Aaron's weather. Thank you for joining us for Second Cup. I did just want to hit on the newest and the latest that's happened with Detective Richard High. There was another podcast that was released over the weekend, the Unsubscribed podcast, and the detective laid out a lot more disturbing allegations coming out of Buffalo Public Schools. And we did this morning get a response from the Buffalo Teachers Federation. I want to read part of that to you from Richard Nigro. Says it was brought to my attention that a second podcast reporting an alleged cover-up effort of child abuse in Buffalo Public Schools was released. I have spoken with the superintendent since the release of the first podcast alleging the same. As I said in my last statement about this matter, I'm very concerned about the safety and security of members and their students. I'm anxiously awaiting details on the status of the ongoing investigations by the district police and the third-party investigator to ensure that our schools are safe. So we're going to stay on top of that for you and make sure we let you know when anything is going on. Alrighty, happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone. Happy Met Gala Monday to anyone who's taking part and watching all the fashions. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock.